Before we get into this video and get down to the business of it all, let me start out by saying thank you to the men and women who have served in the military, who have served the United States here and abroad. We see you. We thank you for your services. You may feel like no one cares about the work you do, but a lot of us do care, and we thank you for it. You're doing things that some of us could only dream of doing or know that we don't have it in us to do. So thank you. Thank you to my husband. Thank you to the rest of my family members who have given of themselves, and their spouses who have given of themselves to allow their husbands or wives to go into the service and protect us over here. Now, let's get into some foolery. One of you guys left something in my comments, and it was a link to something. Thank you. I don't usually like people leaving me links in there. I like for you to send it to my email. But I clicked the link. What is Walmart thinking by doing what they did? We already got enough stuff going on with the economy, with the prices, Walmart, with all of the other stuff that's happening. Y'all need to pull that down. Y'all need to pull it all the way down.
Hey, so quick question, Walmart. This. If you go to Walmart's website, in the search bar, type in sweatshirt, paper beats rock, comes right up. Cultural.
This is what I found when I pulled it up. Now, I couldn't find it on the Walmart site, but then when I typed in Walmart with it, this weird thing popped up. Maybe they've taken it down, or maybe it never existed. I don't know. That is a Nazi. Nazi. I'm not saying anything else. Last night I did all the things. I checked off all the things I had on my list that needed to get done. I'm a wife of a truck driver, an over-the-road truck driver. So many times that leaves me at home by myself. But don't you know, I'm not by myself. Of course I have God, but of course I have protection. So a warning from me, the wife of a truck driver, to you, and seeing everything that's happening right now in the world, you need to be preparing now. You need to not forget how you felt if you're one of the ones who got laid off, that were furloughed, or had to work and didn't get paid, or you lost your SNAP benefits. You need to start preparing now. They don't want to help you. And when I say they, you know I mean the GOV. So don't get in my comments and say, who is they? That's who they are. And they don't want you to get ahead. It's about what they can do for them and their friends and the other elites out there. For us, we have to figure out a way to prepare our homes the best we can with the little finances that we have. It's not about I don't have it. It's about you're not going to have it if you don't start preparing now. What that means is you need to think about all the things that you need in your home. Start buying extra of those things you already buy anyway. That way you can store some aside and have some for use. And the ones that you're storing aside, you'll eventually start to build that pantry up with shelf-stable food. We're coming into winter now. It's going to be a bad winter. I already know. And some of y'all already know as well. I showed you a video last night of it snowing in South Carolina. Okay? It's going to snow in places. Maybe it doesn't really snow a lot. And that could mean Florida too, because Florida is having freezes as well. So we need to be preparing the best we can and making sure our family is good, because it's not up to anybody else to make sure our family is good. It's up to us. Our kids are looking at us. They're not looking at those other people. When their stomachs start to growl, they're looking at mom, they're looking at dad, they're looking at grandma, they're looking at auntie, they're looking at cousin, they're looking at whoever they're looking at in that home. They don't want to hear, well, they took my this or they took my that and I don't have it. So while you do have it, go ahead and create that emergency food pantry now. I have multiple videos on my channel. Feel free to click on the playlist and let it play and get some ideas. And for those of you who have ideas and tips, put them down in the comments. So it's not enough for me to come on here and give you news stories. This is about real people, real events that are happening in our real lives, okay? Not for clicks and views. These things are happening and we have to prepare. It is very hard right now to prepare, especially with the climate that we're living in. Everything is costing more. Although you can find some savings here and there, food is costing a lot. It's the holiday season and we all want to celebrate the holidays. It's not about, oh, well, you're going to have to cut back on this and that. Yeah, sure, we are going to have to cut back on a lot of things. If we want to have the things that we need in the home, we're going to have to put some wants off. That's just a part of being an adult. So it's about making sure our family is good. I want your family to be good. Start you a garden. Plant it now for the spring. If you don't have room for a garden, you can still grow in containers, small containers. You can grow in your home. People grow food in their homes all the time. We have to figure that out. It's not for anyone else to make sure my child is fed or I am fed. It's not. And although we do fall on hard times and we do need help, we see now we can't really depend on them to consistently help us. They see it as a handout, but when they're giving out government subsidies and all this money to their friends who have businesses, they don't see that as a government handout. In case some of y'all don't know, the SNAP EBT that was given out because the court said you need to give this out, Trump made all kind of phone calls over the weekend and he told those states, you need to give me my money back. I need this money back. He wants the states that have already given out full allotments to people to take it back. So the help and the things you think you deserve, or because you're going through something, other people may not feel the same. So we have to take care of ourselves at some point, because relying on someone else to do that is going to leave you without. It's going to leave your family hungry. It's going to hurt so many Americans right now who just can't make ends meet. Nonetheless, I'm not going to get on my soapbox. I'm only here to say we need to prepare now, and that's coming from a trucker's wife. Things are hard, especially for truckers during this time of the season. Things don't, depending on the lane that you're in, things slow down to a certain degree. You have to really search and get on and find these loads out here, especially if you're an operator and you have to find your own loads. It's not a company that's giving you loads, etc. So take heed. We see what happened with the Sam's Club and the water situation, okay? Even though a lot of y'all say it sounds like an inside job, nonetheless, inside, outside, the water's not there. What happens when people do start hoarding and taking and doing all this other stuff? Or what happens when these trucks that are bringing these loads in every day to these grocery stores don't bring in full loads? Because that does happen and you don't have the supplies that you need for your home. So I'm checking off my list. Make your list, check your list off, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Get your canned meat. They have all different brands, different types. Salmon, tuna, sardines, mackerel, roast beef, meatballs, beef taco filling, roast beef in a can, corned beef hash, Spam, canned vegetables, including beans. Prices of beef are still high. $23.73 for a 5 pound, $6.83 for 1 pound of ground beef, $22.44 for 5 pounds, $32.67 for 4.5 pounds. They have dropped this down to $38. It was up to $42. I expect it's going to go up some more. It is now $38 for 10 pounds. Take the time now. Get a little bit at a time. It all adds up. Create your own food security. Because right now, food scarcity is going to be a thing. The lines are still long at these food banks. Don't think because people have their SNAP and people will eventually go back to work that people don't still have a need. These lines are still long.